Texas Motor Speedway is the home of stock number 5 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series, and let's saddle up, y'all. Oh, this is gonna be wild. The guns are drawn, and 41 cars are all lined up in search for one thing: victory lane at Texas. Saddle up. Clear the streets, boys. Here we go again. Well, we are here today for the running of the Interstate Batteries 500s. We're set for 51 laps of action here today on this mile-and-a-half racetrack. After a great start to the first 4 years of the season, let's see what happens here today at Texas. On the pole for today's event at a speed of 199 miles an hour, it's Ashland Boyd in a close call phone call Ford, and he'll be alongside Charles Sanford, car 24, the DuPont Chevrolet. Row 2 is Cat Batson in car 88, the Texaco Haviland Ford, and Kyle Matthews in 42, the Coors Light Silver Bullet. He won the season at Rockingham. Third row has car number 16, Johnny Gardner in the Family Channel Prime Star Ford, and the Texas native himself, Trent Dunham, looking for a victory here at this racetrack in the Pennzoil Chevrolet. Going to row number 4, it's Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwin Chevrolet, car number 3. And alongside of him, the number 2, Miller Lite Ford of Dylan Young. And Dylan Young, by the way, has one of our in-car cameras in today's event. Going to row 5, it's number 15, Ryan George in the Quality Care Service Ford Quality Care Service Thunderbird, number 15. And beside him will be car 44, Mike Becker in the Hot Wheels Pontiac. Row 6 has Paul Minnick in the Smokin' Joe's Ford, car 23. And beside him will be Quentin Moore, the Daytona 500 champion, the Sitco Ford, car number 21. Going to row number 7, we'll have Levi McIntyre, number 99, SKF Ford. He has our second in-car camera in today's event, and beside him will be Keith Batson, car 20, Texaco Haviland Ford, driving the retro Davey Allison cars at this event. And he'll be driving the same cars at Talladega, the next stop on the tour. Or not the next stop on the tour, excuse me, later on in the season. Next row down has Dylan Poteet, car 22, the MBNA Ford, or MBNA Pontiac, excuse me. And beside him will be car 71, Carter Friesen in the Olive Garden Chevrolet. Yeah. Next row down we'll have William Brock in number 4, the Kodak Film Chevrolet. And beside him will be Seth Cole in the number 98, the RCA Ford. Next row down after that will be car number 9, Zachary Fitzwater in the Spam Mobile, the number 9 Spam Ford. And Joshua Osborne in the Burger King Chevrolet, car 87. Next row down, we'll have Nicholas Wade in car 26, the Quaker State Ford. Beside him will be car number 6, the Valvoline Ford of Becca Tellier. Next row down is Vince Almarigo in number 10, the Tide Ford. And beside him will be car number 43, Joshua Collard in the STP Pontiac. Next row down is Jason Haywood at the wheel of the Square D Ford, car number 81, and Phil Parker in number 5. This is the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. Going the next row down, we'll have Jessica Shelton, the number 94, the McDonald's Ford. She won this event last season. She'll be alongside car number 17, Ryan Brommer in the Western Auto Parts America Chevrolet. Next row down has number 13, Sean Ard in the First Plus Financial Ford, and number 7, Jonathan Zorlin, the XI Batteries Ford. Next row down is Austin Colano in car 37, the Little Caesars Ford. Beside him will be car 18, the Preston Ford, a special paint scheme, the Interstate Batteries 500 Pontiac. Preston has our third in-car camera in today's event. Car number 25, Ben Crouch is the inside of the next row in the Budweiser Chevrolet. And number 33, Tony Green in the Skull Bandit Pontiac Chevrolet. Next row down has number 30, it is Daniel Bouchard in the Pennzoil Pontiac. And Jay Jefferson, number 90, the Holligmar Stores Ford. Next row down has Rob Evans, number 12, the Mobile One Ford, and number 97, Zach Winkle in the John Deere Ford. And here comes command of Fire the Engines here at Texas.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Remainder of the field will have number 77, Diego Yepes in the Jasper Engines in the U.S. Air Jasper Engines Federal Mogul Ford. And number 41, it is the car of Peter Onjack in the Kodiak Chevrolet, Kodiak Ford, or Kodiak Chevrolet. What the heck's going on here? And number 75, number 75, Jesse Turner, and in the Strand Fishing Lines. Ford has the last starting spot, and he hopes to move up through the field here today. And I don't know why they were making contact with each other, come off pit road there. That was pretty weird. Anyway, the field is making their way off pit road here. We'll be getting the green flag here shortly. Here at Texas, here to begin the Interstate Batteries 500. As we are set for 51 laps of racing here today, a Ford Chevy front row here in this event. Then you got Ford and Pontiac in row 2. Then you got Ford Chevy on the 3rd row, Chevy Ford on the 4th row, and then I believe Ford and Pontiac on the 5th row. And Mike Becker, I want to mention, by the way, also was the winner at Atlanta, so I forgot to mention that. And Trent Dunham was the winner down in Darlington. As the field gets the green flag, we are underway here in Texas. Yeehaw! Ashlyn Boyd jumps out in front here as to kick things up, but here comes Kat Batson in the 88 car. She moves inside. Johnny Gardner and Cole Deaver hooking up behind. Kat Batson leads the first lap here at Texas. A very fast racetrack here today at the Texas Motor Speedway. As they come off turn number 2, Johnny Gardner was inside. Cole Deaver already at the 3rd position, 3 wide behind between Ryan George, Charles Samper, and the pole sitter Ashlyn Boyd as they go through the 3rd and 4th turns now. Now George moves inside of Deaver, looking for 3rd spot. And Johnny Gardner leads the 2nd lap of this event here. And the 2nd lap tallied at 196.965 miles an hour. This track here, a lot like Atlanta. It's an engine builder's nightmare. Of course, the track is shaped like the old Atlanta that we went to. Shaped differently than the old Atlanta that we went to earlier this season. Excuse me on that one. Now Dylan Young moves inside between Ryan George, and Cole Davis. He's got the hookup from 2 of his buddies there, Trent Dunham and Levi McIntyre. Now Dunham and McIntyre moves inside. Dunham wants to win here in Texas in front of his home state fans. The car qualified very well. He may have a shot at it here today. No, he doesn't. And we got a spinner. Charles Sanford, 24, is around. And a big crash on the front stretch here. Austin Colano's crashed. Mike Becker, Joshua Collard's crashed. I saw Charles Sanford get turned around in 24. There's Zach Winkle in 97. Oh, Preston Lord, the event sponsor's car. Heavy damage to the back of the Interstate Battery Pontiac. Damage to the William Brock car, number 4. Daniel Bouchard's in the crash. Peter Onjack's in the crash. Johnny Gardner led back to the start-finish line. First caution flag of the day coming out on lap number 4. Sean Ard's in the crash. There's Rob Evans in 12. I think he's clean. 17 of Ryan Brommer. He might be clean. Quentin Moore in 21. He's damaged. On there's Fitzwater, number 9. I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, and there's the damage to Charles Stamber's car. You know what happened? What we was looking at, we was watching Levi McIntyre and Trent Dunham going at it, and I thought McIntyre actually was going to turn Dunham, come off turn number 4. Here's what happened here between McIntyre and Dunham as they come off turn number 4. They were three wide alongside Dylan Young, and while that was going on, Charles Stammer got turned by William Brock and the 26 of Nicholas Wade. They saved it. Dunham and McIntyre did, but now watch what happened to Charles Sanford. I think this was what caused the big one. And that 24 car always had bad luck at Texas back in the first days of this, back in the first years of this track, so this is no surprise here. But anyway, Sanford got turned, and he got squeezed up in the wall by the 4 of William Brock, and then everybody else starts to pile in, and good driving on the part of both Jessica Shelton and Keith Batson. They got through, but unfortunately for this rest of this bunch, they had nowhere to go right there, and they see several cars just piling right into each other. Zach Winkle rearing into the back of the 13 of Sean Ard. And then watch the 75 of Jesse Turner. Turner's going to swerve inside, outside. Oh, he's going to kick collar. No, he's not going to. Whew. Jesse Turner was touched by an angel on that one in the 75 machine. I don't know how he got through that. And Preston Plord. There may have been a crash right there that happened before this. I actually don't know what happened here. I think this is where Preston's got his crash right there. Daniel Bouchard got turned by Rob Evans off the 4th turn. Evans got through, but here comes, yeah, there's where Preston got his crash right there. 77 of, yeah, there's Peter Onchek. He spins right there. An bad hit by Jay Jefferson. Oh my gosh. That's almost about in the same spot we saw Michael McDowell crash here about 10 years ago. Gee whiz. Real time of Jefferson's view. Bad hit by the Holly Mars car. And then the insult to entry gets hit again by the 77 of Diego Yepes. Let's ride with Preston Plord on this one. So Preston Plord is still in the race, as is Sanford and a few others, and the lights on the pace car are off right now. So we'll get set for green flag racing. It'll be on lap number 9 when we get back on again. It is Johnny Gardner leading this event, the man who won at Pocono last season. He's up front. Second place is Cat Batson. Third is Paul Minnick in the 23 car. Trent Dunham running in 4th position, and Levi McIntyre running in 5th right now. 6th is Dylan Young. 7th is Ryan George. Pole sitter Ashland Boyd is in 8th. 9th position is Cole Deaver. And Nicholas Wade in the 26 car runs in 10th place right now. So I tell you what, this all adds to the old adage here. Everything's bigger in Texas, and so it seems like the crashes are bigger too. So we'll keep an eye on the damaged up cars and see if they can present any problems here as the green flag flies. We're back at it again. Cat Batson got a good start on Johnny Gardner, though. She's right up in the back bumper to 16 machine. So we got Ford running first, second, third, and 5th with the lone non-Ford product. There's Trent Dunham and the Chevrolet running in 4th position to come off the second turn. Here comes Cat Batson on the inside. She's going to get the help from the 23 of Paul Minnick as he move inside of Gardner. Now Dunham goes up to the high side as McIntyre and Dylan Young both go by. And Cat Batson takes the lead in car 88. One of the cars out of the KB Enterprises stable, and Paul Minnick's going to go for the lead now, and he's got the slight advantage now off the second turn. Drag race down the backstretch between the 23 and the 88 cars. And here comes Levi McIntyre. 99, he's got a fast car to Exide Batteries machine. McIntyre finished 3rd in the points last season. Hopes to contend for a championship again this season. And here comes McIntyre. He's gonna unleash the horsepower. He's gonna unleash the power under the hood of that 99 car as he moves inside. And he's got the help from his buddy Dylan Young. And meantime, here comes number 3, Cole Deaver, that black number 3, moving his way up through the field. And Dylan Poteet, we haven't talked about him at all today in that MBNA car. He's moved his way up through the field nicely as he's knocking on the door. In fact, he is in the top 10. He's in 9th position the last time by. Meantime, Vince Almarigo and Kyle Matthews go at it. The 42 and the 10 cars. Nicholas Wade's there, along with Shelton in the 94, Osborne in 87. Fords dominate the field here in the manufacturer's breakdown as Shelton's going to push Nicholas Wade up past the 10 of Vince Almarigo as they're trying to make some headway through the field. Meantime, Levi McIntyre is taking the lead right now with Dylan Young second. And here comes Kyle Matthews in the 42. He's going to join that three-way that push between the 26 and 94 cars. Meantime, Shelton's kind of fell back to a little bit now in the clutches of Vince Almarigo. And battle for the lead here again. Dylan Young to the inside. He's got the push from his buddy Trent Dunham. And Dunham, I thought he was going to go 3 wide off turn number 2. That would have been a heck of a move if he'd have pulled that off. But he thought better of it. He's going to try to wait it again as he goes inside of Young. Moves Young up the track. Now they're side by side. Who's going to lead this lap? Here it says, will it be Dunham or will it be Young? Oh my God. It was Dylan Young by that. What was the margin of the line? Oh my flippin'. If that had been the finish of the race, I would have lost it. Oh my gosh. There was a dead heat at the line between Young and Dunham. It's a shame though if it had been a dead heat at the checker flag, that there's no co-winners in stock car racing. I will say that for sure. And same with any other motorsport. Whether it be in stock cars, Indy car, drag racing, whichever. And I thought I heard a car scrape the wall, come off the turn. And you got some damage to the cars here, including the 97 of Zach Winkle. As they go to the 3rd and 4th turns now. Dunham moves in as the leader. Here comes Levi McIntyre, Thrash Maniac himself, as he moves up on Dunham. And here comes number 3, Cole Deaver, trying for 3rd position. It's got the push from Kyle Matthews. Matthews from Ohio, Deaver from the state of Georgia. And they have got Johnny Gardner and Dylan Young caught up on the high side now, the 16 and the 2 cars. A pair of Fords right there, and you got being passed by a couple of GM products. A Chevy and a Pontiac on the inside, and Dunham. And meantime, Dylan Young trying to move inside. Oh, and he and the 23 of Paul Minick about made contact. The 2 of the 23 cars. Now it's Deaver up the 3rd, Matthews up the 4th, and here comes Levi McIntyre looking for his first victory of the season at 99 cars. He was inside of Dunham. They're side by side to the 3rd and 4th turns now. McIntyre's a slight advantage off turn 4 with Dunham. And McIntyre led the lap by about a half a car length, and here comes Cole Deaver for 2nd. And meantime, 26 car of Nicholas Wade was on pit road. Apparently a unscheduled stop for the 26 team. There he is. Trying to get back, trying to merge back into the line with his mad pack of cars. So an unscheduled stop for the 26 team, and he has now fallen off the lead lap. In fact, he is a lap down. So you got the 26 car of Nicholas Wade has been knocked out of contention of this Interstate Batteries 500. And look at this, 3 wide. Sound like Jeff Gordon here. 3 wide there between Jason Haywood, Keith Batson, and Jessica Shelton. 3 Fords, 3 wide of the racetrack here. As Batson has the retro Davey Allison scheme for this event here at Texas. He'll be running the scheme again at Talladega for the Winston 500. A little bit later on here. In fact, for this event, we have 3 straight short track races at Bristol, then North Wilkesboro, and then at Martinsville before they head on to Talladega. Batson, meantime, tries to move inside of Shelton. This is side by side. Shelton was the winner of this race last season. Or I think either last season or the season before last. I think something like that. It may have been 2 seasons in a row. I'm not sure. But anyway, battle going on for 17th. This is, I think, 17th position they're battling for. Nope, this is 16th they're battling for. Haywood up ahead in 15th spot here. Here comes Ashland Boyd as he zips around, as he tries to zip around Shelton. And they're making headway here as now Haywood goes inside, pulls up behind Seth Cole, as who's now alongside Phil Parker. That's 13th. That's 13th and 14th under screen. As Seth Cole moves off the fourth turn here, and let's see what happens here. Seth will get that position from Phil Parker. And meantime, Levi McIntyre has fallen backwards here, as has Kyle Matthews and Cole Deaver. And where did the 71 car of Carter Friesen come from? He's moved his way through the field, and oh my gosh. Battle for the lead here, Dunham and Minnick. Minnick led the last time by. Dunham leads his lap now. And he's got one of his buddies, Dylan Poteet, behind him. Poteet up to second. A pair of Pontiacs there, Poteet and Kyle Matthews. And then coming up on the lap car, that is the Zach Winkle automobile. Oh, be careful here, guys. And all problems off the fourth turn. Dylan Young is upside down. Batson's in it. Cole Deaver's in it. Ryan Brommer's in it. Levi McIntyre's in it. 81 of Jason Haywood's in it. Just as I thought when it got to the lap cars, it was going to be chaos off the fourth turn. And it was. Oh, and poor Keith Batson. Can he ever catch a break in this series, it seems like? And Trent Dunham's coming on pit road. Something maybe the wrong with the one car, possibly. Oh my gosh, that's a bad break for Dunham, who wanted the win here at Texas. I think he's gonna be back on the lead lap. I think he's gonna still be on the lead lap though. But oh my gosh, a bad crash has happened coming off the fourth turn. It's taken out several good cars here that had a potential shot of winning this race. And one of them was that car right there, Cole Deaver, in the 3 car. He had a very strong car at this event. Oh my gosh. And these 2 cars are the ones you need to watch right here. Dylan Young and Levi McIntyre. The 88 Cat Batson might have been in the crash as well. See what happened here. If Vince Almeida was getting ready to turn Johnny Gardner around, and now McIntyre, yeah, he got into Cat Batson and squeezed, and he's going to squeeze Dylan Young in the wall. And watch Dylan Young. Oh my gosh, upside down. How Phil Parker got through that crash, I have no idea in that 5 car. Oh my goodness. And while he's upside down, Young's going to send Jason Haywood in the wall. And there's Batson. He gets into a spin 28 car right there, and Dylan Young on a frightening upside down ride, scrape along the concrete, I guess you might say here at the Texas Motor Speedway. But oh my goodness. Ryan Brommer, 17. He's in the crash. There he is. Austin Colano in 37. And here comes the rest of the field. Here comes the stragglers right behind. Plord's going to be in the crash. Oh, and Charles Sanford got right into Dylan Young at the last second, and then Sanford crashes right into Jesse Turner in 75. So no wonder I saw Charles Sanford on pit road in the 24 car. And then we saw with Trent Dunham coming on the pit road there, and Dunham's now back in 23rd position. That's where he's at right now currently. So he falls from the lead to 23rd spot, and that's gonna put Paul Minnick as the leader of the race, with now 27 of 51 laps in the books. And the lap car of Zach Winkle's up is actually behind a 97 car, so he is actually a lap down, along with the 26 of Nicholas Wade. Cars out of the race: Jay Jefferson, Diego Yepes, Joshua Collard, William Brock's out of the race, Mike Becker, Quentin Moore, Dylan Young, Charles Sanford, Levi McIntyre are all the cars that are out of the race here. As you said, the 97 and 26 cars are a lap down. So 30 cars are on the lead lap here at Texas, and several of them damaged up badly from earlier altercations that's happened here. And the sad fact of the matter is we're not done yet. Green flag out, 30 here on lap number 30 here at Texas, as we have now got 22 to go. Making sure everybody's got through the lap traffic here. Well, the first several cars did. And now Wade and Nicholas Wade and the Zach Winkle, they're trapping several cars here. Keith Batson's actually still back on the lead lap, somehow. And meanwhile, Zach Winkle, he is making Jessica Shelton and Becca Tellier mad right now, and saying, "Let us through here," and Shelton's gonna finally muscle Winkle out of the way, and she breaks free, but not Becca Tellier in the 6th, and now she finally does, and Austin Colano just about tapped the 6 car around. Well, we said the lap cars usually present a problem at Texas or any other mile-and-a-half track, or actually any other track on the circuit, to be honest. And that's proof of the pudding right here. So meantime, back up front, it is the Paul Minnick machine up in front. Dylan Poteet and Carter Friesen, one of the veterans against one of the young superstars in the field. That's second and third. Friesen driving for Dave Marcus this season. And here comes another rookie here, Vince Almarigo in the 10 car, as he has moved up to 4th position. Here comes Ryan George in 15. They're going to be side by side here. Friesen the 2nd place in here, and meantime, Ryan George, one of the Cab Shares drivers in the field, he's moving his way up through the field here, and Ryan George up to the 4th position, or trying for 4th position, I should say. Cat Bass's in there, Kyle Mendes in here, and for the first time we see Seth Cole up there in the 98 car. He's moving his way up now. The RCA Ford out of NNSCRA Motorsports. Seth, last time by, was clocked in 8th position. And he gets around Batson for 7th. And meantime, Trent Dunham driving like a house on fire. In that one car, he's at the 9th now. He restarted 23rd in this field. Dunham could be a factor here for his 2nd win in a row. He won at Darlington, the last race on the tour. And like I said, he would love to get a win here in front of his home state fans in Texas, and he is closing up on the field. In fact, he's right up on the field right now. Those fresh tires seem to be working to the advantage of that one car. But meantime, nobody's ever made a move on Paul Minnick yet. Minnick in that 23 car won last season at Talladega. And here comes Carter Friesen, 71 in 2nd position now. Vince Almarigo in the 10 car. So you got a couple of rookies up in this pack of cars here. The 71 and the 10 cars. They're running 2nd and 4th right now. And oh, here comes that one. Dunham is driving like he's PO'd right now. 3 wide inside of Almerigo and Poteet. And now they're trapped behind the lap car, Jesse Turner in 75. Dunham the third. And here comes Friesen, number 71. He's closed up in the back bumper of Paul Minnick now. 3-car battle for the lead happening here. Seth Cullett to 4th position. Ryan George to 5th. And then you got Cat Batts in 6th position. Poteet 7th. Matthews is 8th. Nicholas Wade is a lap down in 31st position. Almerigo's 9th. And Phil Parker up to the top 10 now for the first time today. He's at the 10th. He's in 10th position. Tony Green's 11th. 12th is Rob Evans. 13th is Shelton. 14th is Osborne. 15th is Ashlyn Boyd, the pole sitter for the event. And Becca Tellier's in 16th position. Now Shelton is inside of Rob Evans for position that is for 12th. Closing up on 10 laps to go here at Texas. And battle for and a lead change. Trent Dunham takes the lead. Those new tires seem to be working into Dunham's advantage here. In fact, he has a second fastest lap of the advantage, just over 198 miles an hour. As in the fastest lap of the race, actually by the second place car, Paul Minnick at 198.0 miles per hour. Slightly slower than what they qualified. They qualified at 199 for the pole. This time by it's 9 laps to go for Trent Dunham. Can he get a win in front of his home state fans at Texas Motor Speedway? As I said, we'll answer that question in 9 more laps. Battle for second, Carter Friesen inside of Paul Minnick. At second and third, Trent Dunham, Seth Cullett in the 4th position right now. Here comes Ryan George in 5th. Battle for 7th place happening here between Dylan Poteet and Kyle Matthews. The 22 and 42 cars, a pair of Pontiacs there. Poteet yet to get a win this season. Matthews did get a win this season at Rockingham. And Paul Minnick now sliding backwards as he now drops from 2nd to 4th now. Friesen in 2nd position now, and Seth Cullett the 3rd. Side by side now between the 98 and 71 cars here. Meantime, Trent Dunham has pulled to a rather substantial lead right now for the moment here, as we're closing up now on 6 laps to go. And now you got Ryan George moving his way through the field in its 15 cars. He's now closed up on his 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place cars now. George in 5th position. He may pick up a few more spots here as this race progresses, or heads towards its conclusion, I should say. Cat Batts in the 6th position, and now here comes Kyle Matthews for that position. Matthews for 6th. I don't know if he doesn't look like he's going to get his help from Poteet here, and actually maybe he might. Excuse me, in that 22 machine. Matthews to 6th. And here comes Paul Minnick for 3rd spot here. Lap car up ahead with Ryan Brommer in a 17 machine. And Trent Dunham's really opening it up right now. He's now down to 3 laps to go. And that lap car of Ryan Brummer may have all just sealed the deal right here as they come up through the 3rd and 4th turns now. Coming down for 2 to go. Paul Minnick better put the pedal to the metal right now. Oh, and Dunham's caught behind Jesse Turner. Oh, we got a race. Oh, we may have a race after all here in the last couple laps here. Dunham got caught behind Jesse Turner in the lap machine. And Seth Cole's pulled up behind. And we got one more lap car ahead of Sean Arden, 13. Dunham's going to be feeling pretty nervous right now. White flag. Can he hold on one more lap? Oh, boy. Lap cars playing a role in that last lap, in the last laps at Texas Motor Speedway. Trent Dunham looking for that first win of his home state crowd as they come to the 3rd and 4th turns now. And off turn number 4, he comes the Pennzoil Chevrolet car number 1. And he's going to do it in front of his home state fans. Trent Dunham wins at Texas. Two wins in a row now for the driver of the Pennzoil Chevrolet car number 1 for Sega Motorsports. Trent Dunham wins at Darlington, and now he takes probably the biggest win of his in-car career. Well, one of the biggest, I should say, except for the season 10 Snickers Cup Daytona 500, possibly. But Trent Dunham does it here today in front of his home crowd at Texas Motor Speedway. But I tell you what, it didn't look like it was going to be a. In fact, it wasn't easy this last couple of laps, so as lap cars got in the way and almost cost Dunham the victory here, but alas, he does it here today at Texas. Rest of the top 10. Seth Cole 2nd, 3rd Carter Friesen, Ryan George 4th, 5th was Paul Minnick, 6th place Dylan Poteet got back around. Kyle Matthews for 6th place. Matthews comes home 7th. 8th to Vince Albarigo, 9th to Jessica Shelton, and 10th place to Kat Batson. Average speed 147.271 in this event. And it's official here today. Trent Dunham in front of his home state fans wins here today at Texas Motor Speedway in the Interstate Batteries 500. We'll give you the rest of the finishing order here. Tony Green comes home in 11th. 12th to Phil Parker. Becca Tellier, Rob Evans, Johnny Gardner 15th. Joshua Osborne 16th. Then Ashlyn Boyd, Keith Batson, Jonathan Zorlin, Austin Colano in 20th position. Preston Portins finishing 21st with a damaged up car, no less. Then Ben Crouch, Daniel Bouchard, Jason Haywood, Peter Onjek, Zachary Fitzwater, Cole Deaver dropped to 27th. Sean Ard 28th. Was the last car on the lead lap. Nicholas Way, 29th. 30th will be Ryan Brommer. 31st will go to Zach Winkle. And the last finisher, Jesse Turner, in 32nd position. So Turner, you know, is going to have it's going to want to get the setup right here for his car for the next race on the tour at Bristol, Tennessee. Cars out of the race, Levi McIntyre, Charles Stanford, Dylan Young, Quentin Moore, Mike Becker, William Brock, Joshua Kohler, Diego Yepes, and Jay Jefferson all out of the race because of crashes or whatever problems they endured. And I tell you, some of those cars were pretty top contenders to win that race, and some of them could have easily have taken the win away from Dunham, including Young and McIntyre. They were strong all through the race here, and as was drivers like Cole Deaver and a couple others. I tell you, so. Like I said, it wasn't an easy one, but he's done it here today here at Texas Motor Speedway. Trent Dunham, Sega Motorsports, wins his 2nd race in a row. He wins Darlington, and now he wins at Texas here today. Except for the string of short track races, we'll be heading to Bristol Motor Speedway next for 75 laps of mayhem in the Food City 500 here. So If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the Interstate Sports Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got Interversus gaming videos. What Evan, the president of the Interstate Seth Cole desires for his channel, and please be sure to check out Seth's Coors Light Truck Series, the Last of Us Light Series, the Pizza Hut X Series, and the Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out. You will not regret it here, and you will not regret it. So yeah, be sure to subscribe and be part of the team here in the NNSCRA. So Bristol's next on the tour, and for now, this is James Qualls, the member production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?